Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are once again with you with a fantastic, exciting quiz, the Purple Book. And Yasir is already with me. How are you, Yasir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here with you again on this Saturday morning and with those lovely kids that will be soon joining us.
So, Yasir, today's topic is the bird.
Yes.
Bird, I was always fascinated towards birds because do you know what is the reason why?
What? Can't wait to hear.
Actually, I just wanted to fly. I don't know why. And when I was small, I used to see myself in the dream to fly high and high. I don't know how. I used to just jump up, 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 and I used to fly. So that fascination is still there, although we can fly in the aeroplane, but I just wanted to fly like birds without any
Yes.
help.
You wanted to fly, and I wanted to fly all like an eagle and swim like a whale, like Muhammad Ali had said. So that was, of course, a fascination with birds. But my fascination with birds basically starts back in my village, where there was a whole big courtyard, and we used to sleep. And early in the morning, we used to be woken up by the bird song, by the chirping of the birds. And the crows used to line up. So just to shoo away the crows, I used to throw the spoons, the ladle, all those cutleries on the houses, and they used to disappear within days. And yeah, then I was caught. But then anyway, so that's my fascination, how it grew with birds. Yes, ma'am. Uh,
So children are waiting to know more about birds.
but before that, I would ask you to tell me about your favorite bird.
Of course, Shaheen.
Shahi.
Shaheen.
शाही
Yes.
शाही
तू
कभी परवाह
शाही है,
से टक्कर
परवाज है
नहीं
काम
गिरता।
तेरा, तेरे सामने आसमां और भी हैं। तो
वाह।
ये ईगल जो है ना, ये हमेशा से पता नहीं मैंने देखा भी है या नहीं देखा है, बट आई हैव always, like, that is my favorite. I always keep that in mind that we have
बिल्कुल।
to fly high and high. और सबसे अच्छा तो वो है, नहीं तेरा नशेमन कसर सुल्तानी के गुंबद पर, तू शाही है बसेरा कर
बसेरा कर।
पहाड़ों की चट्टानों में।
और शाही कभी परवाज से थक कर नहीं गिरता, पुरदम है अगर तू तो नहीं खतरा इफ्ताद।
वाह
ये
वाह 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 वाह,
कहते
यस।
हैं। Yes. And this is something which I'm saying to myself just because I have to now interact with the students, and tell them a little that I know about birds and this fascinating quiz that we have today about birds. I mean, we all know what they are. They're creatures which fly. And if you just picturize a typical bird, it is a creature with a beak, with feathers, with wings, a light body, and a tail. That is how you all can visualize the birds, and they have all these birds that we see. There are these variety of birds around, and all these birds have different types of of body adaptations within this beak, this body, these feathers, and the tail. So some birds have webbed feet, which cannot fly much. They would like to remain in water, like duck. It has got webbed feet. And then man's favorite bird, eagle, has claws, because it is going to grip on mountains and trees and gonna rip things apart to eat. So those different adaptations are there in the claws. It depends where the bird loves to live. That is how that bird is made. And then there is this fascinating study of birds. People who look into birds, who like to read about birds, are known as ornithologists. One of the great ornithologists of India was Dr. Salim Ali, and he has written books on ornithology, which are lovely, and he has made drawings. And then I would just urge many of you to go and find his books and just flip through the pages. And then there are, again, different types of beaks in birds, which are specialized for very different tasks. Like hawks have pointed beaks, goes like this and then curves a little for tearing, because they want to pounce on their prey and tear it apart and eat. Whereas ducks, the ones that go quack quack, they have strainer beaks. So they have strainer beaks because they eat worms and the water is removed out. Woodpecker, You must have all heard woodpecker, how it speaks. Grrrr, because it lives inside the tree. It has a drilling sound and it has a chisel beak. And hummingbird, one of the most beautiful birds on the planet, or one of a very small bird. The smallest bird in the world is a a hummingbird, and has a long pointed beak. Sparrows, you must have seen, has short, hard beak. An eagle has powerful hooked beak to tear flesh. So birds have different kinds of beaks that depends on what kind of food they're eating, what kind of places they are living in, and the body is made of hollow bones in which the air gets in, and that makes it lighter and helps them to fly. And these birds lives in different kind of places. So, for example, ma'am's favorite bird, eagle and Shaheen, it doesn't make a nest. It lives in caves in mountains, whereas penguin makes its nest by using pebbles and small stones. Tailor bird, you must have heard about, is a bird which uses beak as a needle, and it there's again a weaver bird which weaves its nest by using grass and twigs. And swallows uses its own spit to make its nest, whereas woodpecker uses a beak. So all birds have different kinds of nest again, and that's how they love to live. And these birds lay eggs, and these eggs are hard shell, and they come out. And different birds have different kind of ostrich eggs is this big, whereas a hummingbird egg is this size. Ostrich cannot even fly. It's a huge animal-like bird, whereas eagle can fly for miles and miles and miles. And all these birds have different relations with people. So some of the birds you see in the cities, crows, you all must have seen. There's a scarecrow which is standing firm and tall in the farms, you must have seen, and that is to drive away the crow. And one of the limericks that I remember, and I think I just come would no, that's made to drive away crows, was a bird I despise is the crow, cause it picks crop as I grow. It picks the corn from the ground. I shout and jump all around. Then I chase them all away with my hoe. Hoe is a long tool that farmers use to dig the ground with. So I think we all have a lot of fascination with birds, and I think the more you become interested in these lovely creatures, the more you realize that they take you on a journey on their own to to lands far across, in just being inquisitive about how they live, how they eat, and how they survive. And with that, I think I would just wrap up this little speech of mine. And I would just now jump on to the questions to see which of you comes out with flying colors today. Yes, ma'am. Over to you now.
Thank you, Yasir. It was quite informative, and lots of new information was even for me, like using spit, and then using pebbles, and then making the nest. So all these information were very unique and very interesting about the birds. So now let's begin the show. I think the students are eagerly waiting for that.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to waste their time. So here we go. And I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to start the live quiz.
Ma'am,
And
it's a shame
here
that today in your
we,
quiz they would be looking at pictures and they would be looking at questions, but there will be no sound of any bird that they'll have to listen to and tell which bird it belongs to. I think I'll pose those questions to you. Uh, when I'm making a sound, and you might have to recognize which bird is it.
okay. I'll
uh,
try my level best to answer,
of course, you can recognize
although it seems
quack,
to be
quack,
quite difficult.
quack, quack.
This is duck, duck.
Of course. Yeah. But what
I,
about this?
I, this is horse.
This is woodpecker. This is woodpecker. This is
It's a
how it
woodpecker.
has a
Okay.
drilling sound. Um, and
Hmm.
talking about woodpecker, there is a bird that I love, and you can watch its videos on YouTube. It is known as a lyrebird. Lyrebird copies every sound that it hears. So it can copy the sound of people talking. It can copy the sound of cars moving. It can copy the sound of the birds around it, and it's just a delight to hear just that bird copying different sounds around it. It even copies the English American accent sometimes, because it's if it's inside a zoo and people are talking about it, so it can even talk like that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now the quiz is ready. The code is ready, 122188. So, and people have started joining. Let me just copy this link in the chat box so that the others can also participate.
And I'm eating a little bit of bird food here, you know, seeds
Okay.
and cashews.
Yes, it's just morning for you. You need, you
Very
have to
much.
eat.
I love that popping sound. Hmm.
So let me see how many of them have joined. This time I was expecting more participation. Oh, so 17 of them have already joined. Shall we start?
Up to you, ma'am. Whenever you say the go ahead, I would go and live into the world of birds. Birds,
Okay, let's
birds,
start
birds.
then.
Okay, here we go. Uh, the first question that is for you is also the kind of second question. And the third question here is, what kind of food would this bird that is given to you in the picture eat? The first one has a pointed nose. I think you would recognize which bird is it. The second one is a lovely bird twaddling in water, and the third is a finch. So you have to recognize what kind of food do these birds eat. And I would then jump on to the fourth question, which is, by looking at its feet, what can you tell about the bird that you see? Does it swim in water? Does it hold on to a branch? Or does its feet is used to tear its prey apart? And then we move on to the fifth question, which is similar to the previous one, except that you see a pair of feet which is different from the previous ones, and you have to tell what are these feet used for. To swim in water, to hold on to a branch, and or to prey its tear apart. Prey apart. The sixth question is, the study of birds is known as herpetology, ornithology, entomology, or archaeopetry? Interesting question. The seventh question is, a penguin makes its nest by using twigs and grass, wools and thread, or pebbles and stones? That is the seventh question. The eighth question is, which bird uses its beak as a needle to sew leaves like materials with materials like wool and thread? Is it a weaver bird? Is it a swallow? Or is it a tailor bird? The 10th question. The bird uses its own spit to make its nest. What bird is it? Is it an eagle? Is it a woodpecker? Or is it a swallow? Interesting one. We move on to the 11th one. And the 11th question is, down feathers, A, help to keep the bird warm, have bright color patterns, or are used for flapping during the flight. 12th question. What is the process in which the eggshell breaks open and a baby bird comes out? Is it perching, hatching, or scratching? I think that's a very easy one. You can all answer that correct. The 13th question. What uses its beak? What bird uses its beak to create a hole and builds its nest inside the trunk of a tree? Is it a woodpecker? Is it a beaver bird? Or is it a tailor bird? And the 14th question. Name the feathers that cover the body and give the birds its shape. Is it down feathers? Is it body feathers? Is it flight feathers? That's a little tricky one, but I think with a little bit of thinking, you can manage it. 15th question. Birds have their body covered with, you have been given pictures, you have to select one of them. And the 16th question is, all birds lay. Option A, hard shell eggs. Option B, soft jelly eggs. Option C, leathery, rubbery eggs. I think, again, this is a very easy one. Doesn't require much thinking. And the 17th is, again, I think it's all given to you. Birds are born from, you have been given two pictures. You have to choose one of these. And what is a beak? A beak. And you have been given pictures. I don't think anyone can go wrong with that. You have to select one. The 19th question is, this is a picture that has been shown to you, is of an eagle, a cow, a crow, an owl, or a hen. I think, again, that is easy. And we are nearing the end of our quiz with a couple of questions more to go. The 20th question is, an example of a bird with a strainer beak might be, and I think I touched upon this, is a warbler, a heron, a duck, or a hawk. And a bird with sharp, curved, and pointed beak like a hawk is specialized for what food habits? Is it seed cracking? Is it eating nectar? Is it tearing flesh apart? Or is it spearing fish? The 22nd question is, an example of a bird with a chisel beak might be a warbler, a woodpecker, a hummingbird, or a bullfinch. And with that, I think we are almost, no, there's still quite a lot of questions to go. Oh, today we have 29 questions. Wow, we're just on 23rd question at the moment. So the 23rd question, a bird with a long and pointed beak is an owl, is a hummingbird, or is a pigeon? The next question, 24th, a bird with a strong, short, and hard beak is a sparrow, a hawk, or a pelican. A pelican has, oh wow, pelican cannot. I'm a bird with a sharp hooked beak to tear meat, and I have powerful claws. What bird am I? You have to recognize this bird. Is it a crow? Is it an eagle? Is it a peacock? Or is it a woodpecker? And the 26th question is, a bird has weak bones. Does it have strong bones? Does it have hollow bones? Or does it have colored bones? That's very imaginative. And find out the perching bird here in the picture, which I can't see, but you might be able to. Is it a crane? Is it a myna? Is it an eagle? Is it a duck? And the 28th question is, I think, follows it. So the final question we have is, birds do not have. What do they don't have? Is it wings? Is it beak? Is it C, teeth? Or is it D, feathers? You have to tell what birds do not have in general. And with that, I have wrapped up asking you these set of questions. And now I would be just waiting for you to reply on the quizzes app to see which one of you is leading. And I can see already quite a lot of students coming up with fine scores like they always do. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. There are 20 players, and all these players are making wonderful scores. It's nice to know these people know so much about birds. Well, they know about everything that we ask them every week. Mm. कर बुलबुल ताऊस की तकलीद से तौबा. Ma'am, I can't hear you because I think you have muted yourself, but that's fine if you have. Hmm.
That's very interesting. I think everybody is able to answer a few questions, if not all.
Yes.
Yes, that we can see
I think
their
many of them could be
performance.
birds themselves
Yes.
here because they know so much about birds. Mm.
And the best part is that this topic was given by them. So they
Yes.
must be having some interest in the topic. And
Hmm.
I expect
No,
better results this time.
it is just wonderful to go back. I really listen to the radio here every morning, and my morning starts early. So the first thing on the radio in the morning is the tweet of the day, and the tweet by tweet is not the tweet from the Twitter. It is an actual word tweet, which is the sound of a bird. So every morning
Oh.
from radio, the BBC radio that I listen to tells about, and it's a 5 or 7 minute broadcast. It just tells you about the lovely tweet of some bird. Where does it live? What does it eat? Where can it be found? And if you want to go out and see, where can you go out and see? And that just brightens my face
That's
like it.
so lovely. It's so like positive early morning. You are going to listen to the beautiful sounds, and then you are not starting the morning with the political parties and their wrestle and then
Exactly.
their
No, and
conference.
yeah, so that's just 7 a.m. in the morning, tweet of the day. I just have to listen to it. Yeah.
So that's very nice. Actually, these things are natural things always bring positivity in our lives. And we should try to be
That is
closer
what
to
I
nature.
lament about it. Exactly, that is what my most lamentable part of that I really feel sorry for it. This generation is that it has completely cut itself off from nature. The sound of the birds, waking up with the birds, the rustling of the leaves, the falling of the leaves, the changing colors in autumn, this lighting up in the spring. That all is something that we have to looking at the sky for looking at the different constellations and star. If also with the kind of pollution that we have in cities, they're hardly visible, but that does make a huge effect on how we live.
And I always appreciate, Yasir, there are certain students, although they are not able to score 100% or maybe 90 or 80%, but every week they participate. So I really like their
I would
spirit. Yes,
I
and their
have a
attitude.
special place in my heart for them, and
Yeah.
I would show them that I do have a special place in my heart. So I would really like you, ma'am, to just keep a track of these students. They would be rewarded in time with more than they are thinking.
Yeah, certainly you are right. We have to give them more because I believe that.
उधर I agree तो जल्दी से chat में डाल दो.
There's somebody around, but yes, ma'am. This is exactly what this quiz is for students to come, join, have a fun time. Winning and losing is a part of it, and they have to learn it. That everything that they get into can be a healthy competition. Every healthy competition would come out giving themselves something. That is all that they have to learn. And
So let
this
me invite some of the participants here. May I request the students to kindly switch on their video and join us and discuss about today's quiz.
who do we
Now,
have here?
Zainul is here. Yes, I think he is
Zainul
unable
Huda
to
is
switch
here.
on his video.
Zainul Huda, I could see your video, but I can't hear you. If you unmute yourself, then we will be able to hear you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum
assalam.
salam.
How did you find today's quiz?
Very good.
So what's your score?
81%.
Wow, that's really great.
Great. And now you have to tell me about your favorite bird.
My favorite bird is blue jay.
Oh, wow. Kill all the blue jays you want, but don't kill a mockingbird. Which famous book has this sentence in it? That's a book called To Kill a Mockingbird. Anyways.
Yes, now Miraj is here.
Miraj, lovely little girl. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
How was your quiz?
It was really, really easy.
What was it?
Really easy.
That comes out of the mouth of Miraj every week automatically. She's like
Let me
on
do it
automation
for
mode.
you. Tell me about your favorite bird.
Mine is the owl and eagle.
Owl and eagle. Can I hear the sound of an owl and a sound of an eagle? How does that sound? And only when you sound like that will you be qualified as a winner.
Hey, that's not wrong. That's wrong.
Okay. How does an owl sound? Have you listened to the sound of an owl?
Well, I don't remember. Please.
See, my question is that how a person can like owl? What exactly you like in owl?
Owl.
Thought it's different from other birds because it wakes up at night, so it's kind of different. So, and
Owls are lovely. I love white owls.
And I always say that today's generation is owl generation. Today's generation is owl generation because they all wake up at night and sleep during the day.
And they have got these big eyes by looking at their mobiles constantly, isn't it?
Yes.
No,
So
that's
now,
a good choice. Good choice.
We can see
I'm letting you all
somebody.
for having such a good choice.
Asfreen is there. Who is Asfreen?
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam. Asfreen has joined first time, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how was the quiz?
Good.
Your score?
93%.
Wow, really?
That's a very good for a first timer. Did you like the quiz?
Yes.
Did you like the questions? Did you find them easy or tough?
Easy.
Easy. Okay.
Now one more very enthusiastic boy is entering in the quiz in the room. Munib. You can ask
Munib.
questions to Munib. He's very enthusiastic.
Munib, where are you? I can't see you. I can see your lovely bedroom, but not you. Where are you? Unless you are a ghost.
Now, Yasir, guess what is the final result this time?
Guess what is the final result? I'm pretty sure that at least 5 to 10 of them must have achieved above 80% scoring. Yeah, because that's what they do every time. They just
See, above even 100%.
Wow.
And Miraj Fatma 96%. and Taif 89%, Muhammad Faisal 86%, and Asfreen 93%.
Very good. Very good. And I want to see the ones,
And
some of those who are here on the.
Nikhil 93, Aditya 89, Anvi Batta 93. Anvi Batta, please come and join us and then tell us what is the reason for this. You know, Anvi Batta used to score in 60s, but this time she is in 90s, 93. And then Khizir is on 82.
Excellent.
Then Zanul Huda 82. Munib is 79. Yes, Munib has just joined us here.
Excellent.
And then Ali Faisal is on 72. And then Nikita is on 65. Aditya Sharma 48. And then we have Farha from Sharjah 62%. Well done, Farha.
Very good.
Nikhil
Very good.
55. And Nadia has scored 48. I'm happy for Nadia as well.
Nadia is joining us.
These are the ones who have improved.
Nadia, can you come online and unmute yourself? We want to chat with you if you are there.
Good evening, ma'am and sir.
Even Faisal is also there. Faisal,
Good evening. Good evening, Nadia. So nice to
good
hear from you.
evening.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. Where are you? Khizir, please join us, and Munib, join us. Tell us how was your experience in today's quiz.
Nadia, did you like
Now
the quiz
Faisal
today?
is there.
Yes.
How much do you how do you know so much about birds? Tell me. Do you read something or do you go out in the field to look at birds? How do you know so much about birds?
In fact, she was listening to you.
Ah, probably. Yes, that's right. Keep
Yes.
listening to me and you would know a lot about a lot many things. Good done. Well done, Nadia. Keep joining us keep it up and keep coming back every Saturday.
Actually, sir, my network issue. So,
You have a network issue.
Yes,
yeah,
we can
but you
understand. No
always
issues at all. Yes. Now Faisal was with us. Faisal, how was your experience?
Ma'am, very good.
Very good.
Very interesting.
Happy?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, today quiz was easy, normal, medium.
We just want
Actually, we
you guys
always
to
want
enjoy this
medium.
and not just hunt for answers, so that there are many things that and sometimes we just put questions so that you find it humorous and enjoy this quiz. That's all.
Yes, now Khizr, tell me how was your experience?
Ma'am, it was nice. Interesting.
I like your hair. It was interesting. What's
Yes,
your
ma'am.
score?
82%.
Khizr has
80%,
made
yes.
sure that for
Good
the
job.
quiz of
82%.
Khizr has made sure that
82%.
for a bird
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
his hair like bird, isn't it? Just feathers and plume for like a bird. Nice one.
Yes, so this is for the occasion.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now I saw Munib here. Where is Munib? Okay, Khizr, keep it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Munib, how are you? I'm good.
Munib, in which class are you in?
sir,
In which class are you in?
6th.
Sixth. Very good.
So tell me about your experience. How was it?
Ma'am, the quiz was amazing and it was interesting.
That's very good. So we want you to keep joining again and again, okay?
Also,
Because these birds will take us new places, and then we will go enter into wild jungles, and we will talk about wild beasts and dinosaurs and dragons and many other things. Good, Munib. Well done.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Somebody is asking when the quiz will start. Already quiz is over. Actually, let me just inform the viewers that what is the pattern. For this quiz, we use the help of Quizzes app. And then Quizzes app has all the questions. We have to just go live and I have to announce one code. And you have to enter the code, and then accordingly you have to, after entering the code, you will get all the questions, and then you can start attempting those questions and result will be with us. So I hope now Mr. Vijay Kumar, who was asking that when will the quiz start, Mr. Vijay Kumar, you got your answer because quiz already started. I'll show you the result of the quiz if you want, because this is already not only started, it's over. And here we have the result of all the participants, how they have done. And it is a wonderful result. Now, I think I am very clear because I have taken the workshop separately for 3 students yesterday, just to teach them how to appear for purple quiz, because most of the students, they want to participate, but they're unable to participate. They have some technology hindrance. Out of them, I can see that Yasir has joined today. But still Mariam Shoaib is not there and Myra was there, she's not there. Okay, so now Rabib has come. Yes, Rabib, how was your quiz? Did you appear for the quiz?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, बहुत अच्छी थी.
Now, how is your score? Tell me your score.
Ma'am, 6. Ma'am, 6 questions. Ma'am, 6 questions.
You could only do 6 questions?
Yes, ma'am.
But I can't see you here among the participants. Rabib?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't see you here among the participants. The names are with me. Your name is nowhere.
Ma'am, Rabib Ahmed Khan.
I know your name, but
Yes,
your
yes,
name.
I can see Rabib Ahmed
Ma'am,
Khan.
हमने करा था. Ma'am, हमने किया था.
Yes, he's here. I saw his name.
His name
He's
is
on
there?
23rd, I guess. His 23rd or 24th.
Yes, 24, Rabib Ahmed Khan. Rabib Ahmed Khan could answer only 3 questions. No issues, well tried. Next time also you participate. If you participate every time, then you will become perfect. Since you have come first time, that's why. Zanul Huda, can we please keep reptiles as next topic? Yes, Yasir, up to you.
From birds to reptiles. Not a bad jump. Not a bad jump. I'm in.
Okay, then we can announce the topic for the children.
Right. Yes.
So next week we are going to have the questions on reptiles, and I hope that you all will be happy with the topic because children have some soft corner for the animals.
For animals, yes. Everybody has a soft corner. Everybody should have a soft corner for animals and humans, of course.
Okay, then thank you very much, Yasir, for being with us. It was really lovely to interact with the children.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you see the smiling faces and when you see the children are happy, then that makes our day. Absolutely. Somebody is saying, ma'am, will the last day of quiz? I'm very excited in this day. When will be the last day? Okay, so now let me announce the participants. I have already announced earlier that January we are going to end this quiz, and in the month of January we are going to have semi-finals and finals. So in November and December we are going to have weekly quiz, and you keep on participating so that if you are participating frequently and you are among the top scorers, then you will get the chance to appear in semi-final and finals. Final will be in the month of January, and 26th January is our prize distribution day. So don't forget this day, 26th January, we are going to have all the awards for season 2. Please participate in all the activities. And one more announcement, on 11th, we are going to have declamation competition. Already you have sent your videos to us. And those who have sent the video will only be participating. Others can attend as attendees, as listeners. Because already we have finalized the list of the participants and registrations are closed, but you are invited to listen about Maulana Azad because we have invited a very special guest on that day who is going to speak about Maulana Azad, about his mission, about his vision. And he was the first education minister. Whatever educational system we are following today is given by Maulana Azad, that we have to keep in mind always. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and see you inshallah next week with when we dive into the world of reptiles. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.